As you know, we had extended an invitation to him to come to Richmond during the games, and we were prepared to offer him the title of Richmond Olympic Oval Ombudsman. And last night on his program, he accepted our invitation with a qualification that he's happy to be the ombudsman as long as he doesn't have to do any work.
So did you woo him? Did you promise him things?
Well, again, he will be our guest. Vanok is actually in charge of the Oval during the games, but as the owner of the facility, we do have the opportunity to host some guests there, and so he'll be there as our guest. We hope to have some fun with him while he's here, and so we're looking forward to talking to him and his people and figuring out what exactly that might look like.
So, over the last month or so, have you sent him anything?
Well, we sent him the official invitation as well as the famous pink toque, which is considered the official uniform of the Richmond Olympic Oval Ombudsman, and happy to model it for you. So if that's really the only responsibility he has as ombudsman, is to wear the toque and come and enjoy the speed skating competition as our guest at the Oval. And the other job of the ombudsman is to look after his own interests, and we believe that there's no one better in the world than Stephen Colbert at promoting his own self-interest.
So wearing the toque, that's pretty much that comprises his duties.
That's right. And but we would love to have him come and maybe do a public appearance in our celebration site, the Richmond Ozone, we'll have some other fun with him while he's here. This is all about comedy at the end of the day. We recognize that what he's doing is for the benefit of comedy, and we wanted to show that Canadians know how to have a laugh. We're not afraid to laugh at ourselves, but we're also able to give it back in equal measure. And so we've had fun with it, and his people have had fun with it. It's well known that many of his writers are actually Canadian, which is why he's able to do such a good job of parodying Canadian stereotypes. So,
now I had heard you also sent him official jock straps.
No, we didn't do that.
Somebody told me you did.
No. But it is amazing. When we did this original invitation, we didn't know, what would become of it, what sort of response it would get, and it's just exploded. Of course, we've had media coverage across the country. I've had, dozens of emails from all across the country from people, responding to what we did. There is a company that has actually started selling syrup sucker toques. Of course, there was the genealogy company that did some research that determined that Stephen Colbert is actually Canadian, or at least has some Canadian ancestry. So people have jumped on it in a lot of different ways and had a lot of fun with it. And ultimately, that's the Olympic Games are this once-in-a-lifetime event that are meant to be enjoyed, and so this just injected a little bit of humor and fun into all of that to add on to the other excitement that will be here during the games.
Were you surprised last night at that announcement, or did he tell you he was doing that?
No, we haven't actually had yet any direct contact from him. We'd heard through back channels again that he was planning on coming, but until we saw the actual response on air, that was the first confirmation.
So is he going to skate the Oval, or is he coming here, or do you not even?
Well, we don't know the details yet. We understand that he's going to be up here during the games, and that he's planning to film some segments for his program while he's here. What we would love to do is we have the Ice Zone, which is an outdoor skating rink that's going to be part of the Ozone celebration site. And of course, Shane Foxman from CBC has challenged Stephen Colbert to a race. And so we'd love to see him take up Shane's challenge and stage that race on the ice at the Ice Zone, so that all the public can enjoy it and watch it and have some fun.
Do you know if Stephen Colbert even knows how to skate?
Well, I know that he now knows how to skeleton. That was featured on the program last night, and apparently he's next going to try bobsledding. So he's announced that he's determined to earn a spot on the U.S. Olympic team, that he doesn't just want to be an ombudsman, he wants to actually be on the U.S. Olympic team. So he's going to try his hand at a bunch of different sports. So we'll see when it comes to the skating sports, what sort of skill or lack of skill he has.
What does ombudsman mean in general, not specifically towards this? It means an overseer, or?
Generally, an ombudsman is sort of somebody that looks out to make sure that people are being dealt with fairly in terms of procedures and policies and things like that. So,
Now, has he not shown himself to be a little biased?
well, he has obviously shown some bias, but part of this was that there was this suggestion that somehow international, in particular American skaters, hadn't been given fair access to the oval ice, which is completely untrue. So we thought by offering him this ceremonial role as ombudsman, he could make sure that no Americans are mistreated during the games.